Hi, it's Bernie Slave here. Thanks for joining my YouTube channel, and thanks as always to the sponsors, Group Industrial UK Limited, very much appreciated.
Andy Lawrence.
And this is the scene in the tunnel at Wembley as the two teams await to enter the Wembley stage. On the right of your picture there, Port Vale, and on the left, Stockport County. Referee leading them out there is David Ellery, who's got a busy time coming up because he's going to be refereeing the playoff final match to decide who goes into the Premier League with Newcastle and West Ham. That's between Leicester City and Swindon Town in 9 days' time. And this is a great moment for any professional footballer, because in the mind of any little boy who ever pulled on a pair of football boots or had a kick around in the park, there's the fantasy of one day walking out of that famous tunnel onto the neatly manicured green bays of Wembley. And today, that fantasy is about to become reality for these second division footballers. These are moments that they'll treasure for the rest of their lives. Those anxious moments just waiting in the tunnel for the final signal, everything carefully orchestrated at Wembley. The teams meeting, let me remind you, for the third time in 6 days. Port Vale coming out on top in the two-legged semi-final of the second division playoffs, with a late goal from Martin Foyle, who is in the Port Vale lineup, needless to say, yet again today. And outside, the fans wait. Stockport County fans, about 12,000 of them here, we understand. And that's against an average gate of something like 5,000. And here come the teams now. Referee David Ellery there on the right of your picture, the Harrow housemaster. There's John Rudge on the right and Danny Vergara on the left. John Rudge, the long-serving manager of Port Vale. Danny Vergara, one of the real characters of the game, the Stockport manager. Great moments for them. That's Robbie van der Laan with the long hair. And there's Danny Vergara, the man who has taken what is perennially, or used to be anyway, a basement club like Stockport County, and taken them now to 3 Wembley appearances in 12 months. He speaks in fractured English, but he's lived in this country for 20 years now. He has an English wife, Danny, and he's really been around as well. He used to play in the Spanish First Division against the likes of Di Stefano and Puskas. Kevin Francis, 6 feet 7 inches, the tallest footballer playing in England, and he's going to be a handful, there's no doubt about it, for Port Vale's defence this afternoon. My co-commentator is Lenny Lawrence, the Middlesbrough manager. Great moments for these players, Lenny.
Yeah, it's still a great occasion for the players to be walking out at Wembley, although there's obviously many more Wembley appearances and finals than there used to be, but still a great moment for the players and for both the managers as well, who've done a terrific job at their respective clubs. Danny Vergara a little bit emotional there as he walked out, but both him and John Rudge have done marvellous jobs at their clubs, and it's a shame one of them's got to be a loser on the day.
Bobby Charlton, one of the most esteemed names still in English football, to be introduced by Stockport County's skipper Peter Ward to the players. 7 of this team played last year in the Autoglass final. They've almost got a season ticket for the place, some of them, haven't they, Lenny?
Yes, that'll be an advantage, I think, if they've played before, especially in the opening 20 minutes, getting used to the pitch and the atmosphere and the occasion. But these two teams should know each other very well, as they've already played each other twice this week in the playoffs, as well as twice in the normal season.
In the tracksuit there, on the right of the two players in the tracksuit, that's David Frayne, who led Stockport out here at Wembley last year, but has a calf injury and not completely match fit. Well, that's Dean Glover, and I must say, personally, it's great to see him here at Wembley for the first time. A man who has certainly paid his dues in reserve sides over the years.
He was an ex-Middlesbrough player, Dean Glover, and he was always very popular with the fans at Ayresome Park because of his wholehearted attitude and his commitment, and he's done a similar job at Port Vale. He's just the sort of player who deserves an occasion like this.
Bernie Slaven there, just shaking hands. Not know him as well, of course. He just transferred into Port Vale.
Another old friend who left us this year and has gone to Port Vale and enjoyed a remarkable finale to his season. What with this appearance at Wembley and another one in 8 or 9 days' time in the playoff final against West Brom.
White, the goalkeeper, who's become a regular this season, and John Rudge there, another of the characters of football, the Port Vale manager, who's been with the club for 13 years, the last 10 as manager. He's the third longest serving manager now playing or managing in the league. John Rudge, a thoroughly pleasant man, and of course we're going to have the national anthem. So as the two teams break off for the pre-match kick around, let's check on the...
Wherever possible, so if they can get in behind them, there's oceans of space.
Port Vale 0, Stockport County 0. Still inside the first quarter of an hour of the Auto Glass Trophy final, live from Wembley on Sky Sports. Taylor not reading each other's minds. Porter retrieving it now. Here's Slaven again. Kerr's made a run here. That's a great ball from Slaven. Kerr with the chance. And Kerr in the goal. And Port Vale lead by a goal to nil. And that was beautifully fashioned. Slaven's great ball. And the finish from Kerr was perfection.
There's a great ball from Bernie Slaven here. He's released it at just the right time, so Kerr's onside. He's timed his run perfectly. He just needs one touch with the outside of his foot to tuck it away in the back of the net. Great pass here from Bernie and a great run. He's run across the defender there to leave himself all the goal to aim at. Keeper's question with a three-man defence.
I was going to say, there's the difference, isn't it? Sometimes
Pulled out wide, look, and left room for Taylor to make a run through the middle. There he is on the ball.
Slaven looking around to assess the options. One of them was Porter. Glover Wild. Glover chipping it into foil. Nodded back to Slaven. Lovely move and a lovely goal. That was terrific from Port Vale. And Bernie Slaven, the ace marksman, has struck again. And Port Vale lead by 2 goals to nil. John Rudge is all smiles, and no wonder, because they've turned it on here, Port Vale. 2-0 up now.
All that move from the start showed all the good things that Port Vale are doing. The ball got switched from right to left in. Glover's got forward, no pressure on him. A great little ball in and a great layoff from Martin Ford. Bernie takes it in his stride. Great finish with his favourite left foot. The defenders are too deep. At the moment, Port Vale are looking like AC Milan.
Really, because I do feel sorry for them. 3 trips to Wembley and what looks like 3 defeats. But Stockport's players might have other ideas as they push forward. Now it's Francis with a and Francis with a goal! And Stockport County reward those celebrating fans and have really given them something to shout about. And how does that change it? Kevin Francis with his 39th goal of the season. Danny Vergara is off his feet. And this final isn't over yet.
Best cross of the game from the right back. The keeper comes and checks. He's caught in no man's land. Francis moves the ball over it and got a goal back. but it looks at this point in time as if Port Vale are going to hang on.
Port Vale will be happy to keep the play there. Okay, time for you to name your man of the match, Lenny.
Yeah, there's been several candidates. Dean Glover hasn't put a foot wrong at the back. Paul Kerr's been influential in midfield, but for my money, the man of the match is undoubtedly Bernie Slavin, who's made a goal with a brilliant pass, who scored a terrific goal, worked very, very hard all through the game, brought his midfield players and other strikers into the game, and all in all had an outstanding performance and made a major contribution to what looks as if it's going to be a victory for Port Vale.
Bernie Slavin gets the man of the match award from his old boss at Ayresome Park, Lenny Lawrence. There's a little bit of a story there.
Contrary to popular belief, I'm delighted for him. The move to Port Vale revitalised his career, and I'm pleased to see him doing so well and playing such an influential part in Port Vale's success.
Now Stockport.
There are rules about it. You know, that they had time on that seems to be much longer than you've actually lost through injuries. Great bit of defending by Dean Glover, got right up against Kevin Francis there, stopped him getting off the ground and getting a clear header in. Any time now.
Again, David Ellery takes a very long check on his watch this time. Glover there again, and that will be Port Vale's throw. Time maybe up for Danny Begara's side. Reese is in here. Duffield and Miller almost found a way through, and Billing the sub got there. Francis can't get the crossing. Maybe Gannon can, Billy. The game at this moment seeming never ending, but there goes the whistle to end it, and Port Vale, for the first time in their 117-year history, have won a cup. The Autoglass Trophy. They hope it's the first leg of a double when they come here for the playoff final against West Brom in 8 days' time. It's more heartbreak for Kevin Francis and Stockport County. 3 Wembley defeats on the trot here, but Port Vale deserving it for their stylish first half performance. We'll be back for all the celebrations and the award of the cup. Welcome back live to Wembley, where Port Vale have won their first ever cup. The Autoglass Trophy beating Stockport County by 2 goals to 1 in a pretty dramatic match here. Port Vale playing some very, very stylish football in the first half and scoring through Paul Kerr and Bernie Slavin. Stockport coming back gutsily in the second half. Kevin Francis making it 2-1 with his 39th goal of the season, but it wasn't quite enough. And these fans are waiting now to see the memorable moment when their side from the Potteries climbs up those famous steps to collect the trophy. Now then, let's hear from the man of the match as elected by Lenny Lawrence's old manager, Bernie Slavin. He's with Nick Collins.
Bernie, many congratulations, a worthy man of the match, a terrific performance from Port Vale, especially in that first half. Yeah, the first half I think they just did enough to win the game. Second half broke in into Stockport, they came back strong, but we held out and they got the highest deserved it. Joe, you must have been very pleased with scoring at Wembley. Yeah, first time ever. I've only played twice, but I scored once and yeah, I was delighted. Well, what he's going to do is come back and do it again next week. That's right, next week's a big game for us and hopefully we can get back in the first division. All right, we wish you luck. Bernie, thanks very much indeed.
Bernie Slavin, but spare a thought for Stockport County. 3 appearances at Wembley in the last 12 months and they've lost all 3 of them. Bobby Charlton giving them those medals. Peter Ward, the skipper. There's Mike Wallace going through, had a good game. Peter Duffield, Alan Finley, David Miller, son of Brian Miller, who was in Burnley's championship side and the side that lost to Spurs here. Disappointment written on the faces of the Stockport boys. They'll be meeting up with their wives, girlfriends and families tonight for a banquet at a secret destination. And they've made a day of it, but how they would have loved to have a trophy. And they're getting generous applause too from the Port Vale fans, but those fans now will be going absolutely wild as Port Vale find the great days and a great moment for a really solid pro like Dean Glover, the 29-year-old skipper who spent 6 seasons playing mostly in Aston Villa's reserve side. He was in the Middlesbrough team that got promotion 2 or 3 years back. A £200,000 move to Port Vale. They've made him the skipper now, and he walks forward here to fulfill a footballing fantasy of any player. Walking along to receive here the Autoglass Trophy from Bobby Charlton. A wonderful moment in the history of Port Vale Football Club from the city of Stoke. And for John Rudge, the 3rd longest serving manager in the league, behind Joe Royle and Dario Gradi. And his daughter's soon going to be married, would you believe, to a Stoke City fan? I don't believe it. Andy Porter lifting up the trophy, and it's handing along to all the players. Musselwhite, the goalkeeper. Wonderful day for Port Vale. Peter Swan, who came back in the side despite needing the groin operation, he lifts it up. Well, he's never ever going to forget these moments as long as he lives, John Rudge. But he does have the job too of readdressing the players' minds to the even more important job that they face in 8 days' time against West Bromwich Albion. Because despite getting a massive 89 points, this team have got to go into a playoff final against West Bromwich Albion, another fine footballing side from that division. And that should be some match. That is one worth watching. Well, they're going to wear hats and scarves and rosettes. And Kevin Francis once again knows the desolation of Wembley defeat. Such conflicting emotions always in these moments at the famous stadium. Musselwhite, the 24-year-old goalkeeper. Peter Billing is on loan from Coventry City. Now then, John Rudge, the Port Vale manager, happy man, talking to Nick Collins.
John, has today's events given you material for a fresh one, do you think?
Oh, no doubt about that. I'll be looking forward to see if I can make one up before we play next Saturday.
Well, we look forward to hearing from it, John. Thank you very much indeed. Well done.
Who says that nice guys always come second? Not today. Ian Taylor, the young man who'd never been to Wembley before the players took a look round yesterday, not even to watch a match. Today he plays at Wembley. It must seem like a dream to him a year ago, playing for Moor Green in the Visa Homes League. Port Vale won the Autoglass Trophy final at Wembley and made a fair bit of money as well. Over £200,000, and they were in some very lucrative games as well early in the season against their Stoke rivals, Stoke City. They knocked Stoke out of this competition, but Stoke, of course, having their own compensation as worthy champions of Division 2. And really, you know, there's hope for all those teams this year for whom the season has ended in agony and despair. Because 12 months can change things quite a lot. A year ago, Port Vale had failed to win in their last 18 games and got relegated. And it's all turned around. There's the 2 goal scorers, Bernie Slaven on the left, Paul Kerr on the right, and 2 absolutely cracking goals they were too. Beautifully fashioned and taken. Bernie Slaven, who really was out in the cold at Middlesbrough, could hardly get a game, and a move to Port Vale has freshened him up, sharpened him up, and he really did have a stormer today at Wembley.
Obviously you watch the clips of Port Vale. I mean, when I was playing at Middlesbrough, I played for Middlesbrough just under 8 years, and I was top league scorer the season that we entered the Premier League. We won the last game against Wolves. So, top league scorer, I thought, yeah, I'm in for a good season in the Premier. But a couple of months in, there was there's always been undercurrents with myself and the manager at the time, Lenny Lawrence. And by the way, I talked to him now. I've interviewed him for my podcast recently. So, you know, there's no bad feeling now. But anyway, I didn't want to leave Middlesbrough. I was forced out. And I ended up going to the Potteries, and I spoke to a few clubs. I spoke to Ozzy Ardiles at West Bromwich Albion, spoke to John Rudge at Port Vale. I spoke to Bruce Rake, my old manager at Middlesbrough, who was the Bolton manager at the time. But anyway, I opted for the Potteries, Port Vale, working alongside John Rudge, because he was offering me 2 years, and the money wasn't bad either. So that's the reason I went there. The first thing I had to clarify was, do they play football? Paul Kerr, who I played with, who you've seen clips of there, I knew he was a footballer. Dean Glover was more a hatchet man. He could play a bit as well. He had a good left foot, but he was a tough nut. But anyway, I was told it was a great surface down at Vale Park. They did try and play football, so I went there, and I have to say, I enjoyed every minute of it. You know, with a glorious time. Getting to the autoglass final was no mean feat. They'd never done it in 116 years. So to go there and be part of the folklore, I mean, I remember the semi-final was against Exeter. It was a crap game. I wasn't very good. The team were huffing and puffing, and I scored late on in the game, and that got us into the Wembley final. And then on the day, to create one for Paul Kerr, then to score one, and despite the big man, a Stockport, Francis, scoring a great header, we held on and we won the trophy. So it was a fantastic day, fantastic memories. But as I say, I didn't really want to go there to Port Vale. I didn't want to leave Middlesbrough, but I was forced out. And sometimes in life, you just have to pack your bag when you're not wanted. It's like your missus kicking you out the door and saying, hey, I don't want you, see you later. Or I've got another man. What are you going to do? Beggar, you head off, don't you? So I ended up reluctantly signing for Port Vale, but I certainly didn't regret it. I had a great time there. As I say, played at Wembley twice in a week. The one you watched there, obviously winning that, and then the following week, unfortunately, we were beaten by West Bromwich Albion. Ozzy Ardiles, who tried to tempt me there. I always remember after that game, we get done 3-0. Our big centre-half, Peter Swan, gets sent off that day. Not an excuse, that's a fact. But I remember heading back to the car that day, and loads of West Bromwich Albion fans shouting, oh, Slaven, you should have came here. You'd have been promoted or whatever. But anyway, it never happened. And but still great memories. But focusing on the autoglass trophy, here's the medal from the day. I'm just showing you because a lot of people don't really know what medals look like at Wembley. That was the autoglass trophy. As I say, that's the only winner's medal I got in my career. Winner's medal as a team. I've got individual things for scoring goals, a player of the year, whatever. And this was the Middlesbrough one when we played at Wembley. There it's there. Yeah, that was the one at Wembley against Chelsea. I mean, people knock them and say, oh, the mediocre trophies. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, they are compared with the European Cup and the UEFA Cup. It's a Wembley appearance. I was delighted to score the winner at Wembley to get there. And it's a boyhood dream. You know, when I was brought up in Glasgow, I used to watch Scottish Cup finals at Hampden Park. I used to watch the Wembley finals. And obviously, as a dream, you always think, I'd like to play there one day. So I fulfilled my dream, my ambition, and to score there was a dream. But this was Zenith Data, the one for Middlesbrough, Zenith Data trophy. And that attracted capacity crowd. I think it was something like 80,000. Check it out. The autoglass was about 55,000. That's a remarkable crowd, considering that Stockport, I think they only took 12,000. I'm not saying only, but you know, in Port Vale, it was a fantastic occasion and crowd. And here's the Wembley shirt that I was worn, and it's not washed. People say don't wash your shirt, and I've never washed it. You maybe see a lot of stains there. Still smells lovely, by the way. And the tracksuit, still got the tracksuit. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I've still got this tracksuit. Port Vale fans will be drooling, I would think, because this was a highlight of the history of your club. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching the YouTube channel. The reason I've just did a bit about Port Vale is because Port Vale are playing this Saturday in the playoff final at Wembley. And I sincerely wish them all the best. I can hear you saying, well, who are they playing? Hey, forget who they're playing. I'm concentrating on Port Vale. Port Vale's going to win. They're going to get promotion. And good luck to everybody down in the Potteries. Cheers. PVFC up the Vale.